Hey guys, what is up? Tactical Farmer here. Today we're going to go over my top 10 new features in Farming Simulator 22. Let's get right into it. Alrighty guys, so getting right into it. As I said in the intro, this is going to be my top 10 features for FS22. These are features that may have existed somewhat in FS19, but have been improved in FS22. Could be completely new things. Could just be that it's now base game and doesn't have to be a mod anymore. Some stuff like that. So, getting into number one here. Every piece of equipment can be strapped down now. And it actually works. So as you can see, just a pretty typical load here. Nothing too out of the ordinary. I can start just kind of driving down the road with this, and it's not going anywhere. Just for proof of concept here. See if I can't try to dislodge some of this maybe. Did a pretty good test on this as a short. Pretty much ran an overhanging piece of equipment into telephone poles, trees, whatever. It wasn't going anywhere. So as you can see, it's really, I mean, it's on there. I can assure you, and heck, I'll even hop out and I'll even try to super strength it off there, just to show you. I can't even try to grab it. Super strength is on. I could pick up the whole trailer. It won't even let me grab it while it's strapped down. Unstrap it. Now I can pick it up. So, there you go. Number one on the list. Alrighty, guys and gals, hopping on in here with number two on my list. Grapes and olives. This is a really awesome new feature that's been added to the game. Giving you a completely new crop type. Sorghum was also added as a new crop type, and I believe, I'm trying to think, there was something else. I love the grapes and olives. This is way too cool. We had this as a mod in FS19, but having this base game now just makes a ton of sense. You can also place your own orchards. So if you come in here to productions, orchards, you have grapevines that you can place, and olive groves that you can place. And they even snap side by side together. When the game first came out, you couldn't snap them side by side together, but now that you can, I think this is an awesome feature. Hopping in here with number three on my list. Yeah, number three. We have color selectable buildings. I think this one's kind of underrated. It gives it to you base game. So N and M in the top left-hand corner, you can just scroll across the different colors. I think that's pretty neat. Going along, you have modded sheds now that can take advantage of this. Obviously, this pack does not. But if I get in here a little bit farther, I should have one here that's color selectable. This is a good example. N and M, change your colors. That's pretty nifty. Saves you, hopefully more modders will catch on to this. Saves you from having to have all of this going on. Be a little annoying. I'm going to count this as number 3.5. Sticking with the build mode here, we have fences. This fence tool is way, way nicer than FS19's fence tool. If you guys remember, you had to individually place a fence like this, and you'd have to kind of try to like negotiate it to be as close as you could. Something like that. Obviously, you could get it a little closer then, but now you don't even have to do that. You just place it. Want to keep it going? Just keep placing it. Very nice. So, getting on in here to number 4 on the list, we have production chains. I think this could be argued to be the number one thing in the new game. We have productions, so you can do different products. So instead of just selling your flour, sugar, milk, eggs, butter, strawberries all separately, you can now use those to make different products. Very cool. Come down through here. You can see these are just a couple examples. Number 5 on the list. If I open up the shop menu here, you'll notice it looks quite a bit different. You still have your brands menu, as you did in FS19, FS17. You also have your vehicles menu, just as you'd expect. Tools menu, same thing. Objects, exactly what you'd expect before. Now you have packs. So what are packs, might you ask? Say I wanted to do grapes on my farm. Click on grapes, and it's going to tell you everything you need to be able to get started on grapes. I think that is really cool. In the same vein, we now have used vehicle sale. As you can see, I got a whole bunch in here. We have a modified version of the sale equipment installed. It gives me a lot more options with sales equipment. And that's kind of another nice thing, is this can be tinkered with mods. So, pretty nifty. Going in, owned items. Actually, let me go ahead and buy something once. Show you something you might not have even known. If I just go ahead and buy this guy, and then go back, go down to owned items, click on this. I click show on map. It's going to highlight that on my map and tell me exactly where it is. That can be very handy. Also, going in here, you have your leased items category and your mods and DLC. Mods and DLC. That could be pretty useful, huh? This breaks it down. For every mod you install, what all is in that pack. This makes it way easier to keep track of where an item might be, especially if it's a mod. I know, say I need something out of the John Deere Gator pack here. Well, it's going to give me my Gator 6x4 and 4x2. Previously, I would have had to go into miscellaneous category and dig all around for these beds and attachments. This just puts it all in one nice spot. That same effect, if I go into, let me go into cars. We'll show you the Gator in particular. See this little combinations button? Makes it way easier for tracking down what some of this stuff is. Very, very useful. Love it. Getting into number 6 on our list, we'd have base game seasons. I can't tell you how many people I remember asking me if we would have this. This one is so cool. Obviously, this is your crop calendar, which can be very, very helpful, obviously, for playing on seasons. But let me show you some of the settings associated with seasons. You could turn it off right here in the menu. Don't have to download a mod, nothing extra. Change the days per month up to 28 days, which is pretty awesome. If you wanted to, say I wanted to just change this to be November, and I wanted to turn seasons off. See, I just like the orange colors on the trees. Well, there you go. Anytime you want it, you can just change the month to whatever you want. January, no leaves. Come on up into March, starting to get some leaves. Skip ahead to July. Very bright, vibrant colors again. Awesome, awesome. I think this was a seriously underrated addition. And while yes, sometimes it might not cater to everybody, just trying to get the time scale selected correctly, I still think it's a lot better than it was before. Next thing on our list for today, we had some pretty, I would say decent improvements to AI helpers here in FS22. If I was to select this pickup I'm in, I tell it create job, go to, say here, this target position. I hit start job. Should, in theory, start driving to that location. So that's pretty handy. I don't know how well he's going to do here on construction map where there really isn't any actual roads for him to navigate through. I think he could still get there. He's kind of working it out, to be quite honest with you. And I think this is pretty neat. Also, the AI learns over time, so if you have jobs that they pretty much do all the time, they're going to remember those and get better at them as they go. So that could be pretty handy. Speaking to the same effect, say I had, I don't know, let's get a tractor and a plow. Say I want a worker to go cultivate a field. Well, what would I do? Just go ahead and hook this up. Connect it on up as you would. Open my job menu again. Highlight the tractor. Hit create job. I'm going to tell it field work. I'm going to tell it go do field work in field 3. I'm going to kind of generalize the direction there. Now in theory, we should head to field 3. We should start cultivating. Of course, if I didn't block his path with an object. There she goes again. I'll come back in just a minute when she makes it over there to see if she starts actually cultivating the field. Let you guys know how it's working for me. Here we are back at the field. I promise I didn't touch anything. He's just cruising away on his own. That's pretty handy, I would say. Alright, so next up on our list. I'm sorry I did not use a base game plow. I have a really hard time with the base game plows. This is a modded plow, yes. But just to show the point, with the plow hooked up, drag across the field, you make your fields just like you would normally, right? Except for, if you look in the bottom left-hand corner, you'll notice the fields appearing on the map. This field was not here to begin with. I made it, and it shows up on the mini-map. I think that's a really, really nice touch and something players have been asking for. You may have noticed something else when we plowed that field. Rocks. This leads us into the next thing on my list for today. There's several new things you can do for groundwork, including rock picking. Super cool. Not sure how really practical it is, how fun it really is, how much it adds to the game, so on and so forth. But I think it's a nice touch, an addition we didn't have before. On top of that, we also have mulching, which is very helpful, very cool. You would mulch after you harvest, just to help increase the yield by an additional 2.5%. And we also have seed rollers. So you take the seed roller after you plant, help bury the seeds into the ground, and gives you another 2.5% yield bonus. In addition to removing weeds and fertilizing, and lime. And also plowing, I suppose, if you needed it. Just more adding onto the pile of stuff to do to keep care of your fields. Very fun. Very cool. So now, you may be asking, Tactical, what is the number one thing on your list? Well, to me, it's got to be this one. This here is my cross-platform multiplayer server. Which, cross-platform, that's a big deal, right? Well, we also have this. So as you can see, yes, cross-play. Platform, all platforms. Space to download the mods. Download 2 mods from the mod hub. Well, yeah, that would make things easy, wouldn't it? Sure would. So we have cross-platform and the ability to just download the mods easily. As you can see, red circle is gone. It's now ready to go. All I have to do is log in and I'm in the game. So yeah, there you go, guys. That was 10 things and a couple bonuses. To me, like I said, I think cross-platform really stands out as the number one feature to me. Other than that, nothing's really in order. There's obviously a few things that'll be pretty subjective, but I think those are 10 major changes that have happened with FS2 over FS19. I don't know how we lived without, to be quite honest with you guys. So, all that being said, if this helped you out, please smash that like button, get subscribed to the channel, and check out the live streams. We're live weekdays 9:30 a.m. Eastern to 12:30 p.m. Eastern. Stop in, say hi. If you have any further questions, if you're thinking about purchasing the game, anything like that, hop into the streams, get a hold of me, and we will talk about it. All right? All that being said, Tactical out.